It's 5:30, and we continue with the big story of the day. 9 months after the Palisades Fire completely altered the lives of thousands of families, the feds make an arrest in Florida, and we're learning more about the suspect, who federal officials say called 911 after using his lighter to set a fire that led to the destructive Palisades wildfire. 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht of Melbourne, Florida, is charged with destruction of property by means of fire. Federal officials say he lit a New Year's Day fire that firefighters put out, but it smoldered underground before flaring up in a windstorm. The former Uber driver once lived in Pacific Palisades. Federal officials say further charges, including murder, could follow. The suspect could spend up to 20 years in federal prison. The arrest announcement has sparked intense emotions from Palisades residents. Fox 11's Hailey Winslow has been talking to people there. She joins us now with reaction from a Palisades resident who lost her home in the fire. Hailey?
Susan, for many residents, these new disturbing details are nauseating. It's reliving and resurfacing all of that trauma that they're still trying to sift through 9 months later. I have a friend of mine, Jamie Gallo, here. She lived just a street over on Chautauqua, lost her home in this fire. What's this been like for you to go through? I know in your videos you're really strong, but what is it really like?
Well, it's completely devastating. You don't expect anything like this to happen. And I am glad they got this person off the street, but I don't feel that 20 years, even max, if he gets that, is equal to losing 12 lives, 6,800 homes, and the emotional pain and financial suffering that this town is going through.
So you're looking right now at video of her home before and after the fire on January 7th. You were there shortly after. What was it like being in the thick of what many describe as a war zone?
It did look like a war zone. It was very surreal. I think that, I had a little God hug around me to numb me out because it was that devastating. You could not find anything in the rubble except pottery. Something like that's all you could find. It was terrible.
And talk about the headaches that you've been dealing with still 9 months later. And I know there's one that you really wanted to mention that you're dealing with right now.
There is. So not everyone in the Palisades is a celebrity multimillionaire. It took me 10 years to find our home, and I found this 1926 fixer-upper that nobody wanted. And the first night we were in there, my kids and I all camped out in the living room because we didn't have our plumbing in yet, and our floors weren't cured, My daughter was 8, and she was like, "Mom, I don't like it here." The day before it burned down, her best friend said it was her favorite home. So we put all this love and money and everything we had into this home. It wasn't huge. Now to rebuild, because it was built in 1926, we have to do the 2025 building code. So we're on a hillside. We're getting estimates of $1 million, not to build the home, just for remediation of the hillside. And we're one of so many of us here in the Palisades. We can't do it. We'll lose everything. We can't do it. So what I'm hoping is that the government will somehow find a way either to make a variance, to help fund this, to use less expensive means that I know are proven to work in Ventura and Orange County. That's what the civil engineer had said. That's really the only way. We just everybody just wants to come back safely and rebuild this community. It's a beautiful, beautiful community of hardworking people.
If you had one thing that you could say to Jonathan Rinderknecht, what would it be?
Why? I don't, obviously he's a mentally ill individual. I don't know. There's children that lived here. So many people lived here. It's not going to come back for years and years and years. My neighbors were in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. It was everything they had they're going to retire on. Not everyone had insurance. Insurance doesn't pay $1,000 a square foot to build a home,
Thank you very much, Jamie. And of course, Rinderknecht saying that he didn't have mental health issues, despite what a lot of people are saying, judging by the very disturbing details that came out today. I know it'll be a long road for you guys. Thank you very much, Jamie. Reporting live here in the Palisades with Jamie Gallo, Fox 11 News.